Hello.
What are you saying, brother?
What is really good?
What's happening? Tell me what's happening. Tell me what's happening.
Yo, oh my gosh. Guess what? I heard the best news ever. Well, one of the best news. Like, imagine a remix, yeah, of a song, yeah, that you really, really wanted to happen. Like, what do you think I'm talking? What would your, like, ideal remix of a song that
I couldn't even tell you. What are you talking about? I couldn't
Okay,
even.
listen. Okay, so basically, you know, I love Stefflon Don, right?
Mhm.
You know I love her, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so basically, I just saw on Instagram her asking the question. Okay, before I even tell you what she said. Okay, so basically, you know, Hurtin Me. When she dropped that song, like originally I was like,
yeah, you got a new girl.
Come on, hey, and it's Hurtin. Go. Yeah, so basically that song, yeah, like when it dropped, my first thoughts of it was like, I really love her singing and rapping at the same time, right? I love her doing the both. And because she was singing the majority of that song, I was like, I don't know yet. But then it took like maybe, I don't know how many days for that song to now just be in my head. And I love it till now. I proper love it. Sing it down. And when I first heard it, remember we were talking and I said, it gives me that whole Sizzler vibe because you said at the end, dry cry, something at the end, who cares? Like, yeah, like that part. I can't sing, don't watch my voice. But she must have teased on her Instagram today. What do you think of me doing a remix to this with Popcorn, with Sizzler, and some other reggae, like a Jamaican remix? I screamed. I said, that would be genius. That song, having a remix like a freaking with all the guys, yeah, with a Sizzler because Sizzler did Dry Cry and Dry Cry is my song. And even when he did the remix with Rihanna, like that is like I still play it to this day. It's one of the songs that I'm just like it's classic. Do you know what I mean? It's like a classic Sizzler song. So imagine her on the track with a Sizzler, a Beanie Man, a Popcorn, a freaking Vibes Cartel.
She shouldn't have announced it, man. She should have just done it. Allow the announcement.
And then everyone in the comment section straight away, I put flames.
No, but she shouldn't have announced it though. She shouldn't have announced it.
She should have just dropped it.
Yeah, well, that I can't. I'm not gonna make the noise you're making because you know what? I want to. Let's see it.
No, just the thought of it.
Nah, I can't think about the thought because
throw it out there, yeah. Just even that she's on that wavelength, I said, yeah, she's a superstar right there because that's a superstar.
What do you mean though? She was on that wavelength from the fact French Montana was on the song.
I know, but
yeah, man. I think you've gassed it, man.
No.
Listen, we knew. Listen, from the time the French Montana happened, it was 35 from there. Number one.
It was 30, yeah.
35 from there, man. So all of this you're telling me about Sizzler and Pop, that's not a surprise, man. These guys been doing tracks with Popcorn from when? The end of the day. I didn't need to hear about this, man. They should have just told me. Drop the video.
When I tell you this is a 10 for me, like even the anticipation, because I know for.
I'm not gonna hype it because you don't know how you don't know. Like I don't. That's a lot of people on the song, so. But let's see.
People, but I threw the bag of names. She just said Sizzler, she said Popcorn, she said someone else, and that was it. She was like, "What do you think?" And then she's put like the Jamaican flag, and she was like, "What do you think?" I said yes. Like
I'm not gonna say nothing until I hear it now. That's okay,
but no one's saying what you think is gonna sound like. I'm saying, what do you think about that remix?
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Like I said, I can't even hype it, man. It's standard though. That's standard now. She's in that mix now. She's one of the few.
Remember, she's a new artist to the world.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to you, she's in the mix concerning that level of artist. Like I said, you dropped Hurtin Me with French Montana. I've already put you in a bracket in my mind. So you telling me now, Sizzler, Popcorn? I'm not gonna be excited about that. Sorry, because I already. No, but it's like any.
Why
it's like any.
Impress you? That's ridiculous. She's a UK artist. She's the first time at the gate. 1 year in, she's not blown to the point where she's Cardi B for her to get these people. These are legends in that genre. Like this is a big deal. Remember the UK love bashment or whatever. We love reggae music. We love all of that stuff. But for you to get that first time around, that's big. Come on, that is a big thing.
I don't know. Again. I don't know what you're speaking from, but all I know is that I'm not talking from first time round. I'm talking about as whether she's UK or not UK. The bottom line is, as an artist, she has put herself forward to be in this type of category where she's going to be mixing with the best. That's all I know. So I'm not, and again, based on where UK music is right now, I'm not gonna be surprised, bro. Krypton Corner, look at their catalog, look at their stuff. Who's all the artists? Chip was doing something with Movado from when?
Yeah, listen, but it's different with the guys. It's completely.
No. You're making it different. You're making it different.
No, I'm not. Like,
you're making it too different. Nah, man. Put her in a lane. French Montana. How many people did a song with French Montana?
Yeah, French Montana's on loads of. He's on loads of songs. French Montana is another one that I'm pleased with because he doesn't care about anybody's name, status, whatever. He jumps on songs if it's a hot song.
Yeah, but no one's done a song with French like this where it's just one. Remember, he jumps on the remix.
It's big.
He jumps on the remixes with the guys.
Yeah.
With some of the guys, and so the Don't Waste My Time remix and so forth with other people.
Seen him a lot.
But with him, with like a strong feature, solid feature and video, I don't think he's done like this before. But remember, Skepta was doing stuff with Diddy.
Yeah.
Diddy, do you know what I mean? Like these guys are. So I can't.
No.
I think what you've done is, as usual, you've allowed your love for this individual to blind yourself on what's going on. These guys have done it though. You know what I mean? Blake did the intro for Krypton Cones on the flipping mixtape. What else do you need?
No, get out of here.
No, you're too gassed. You're too gassed though. You can't.
No, when we don't turn off a film.
No,
you just actually tried it. How can you try to bring the Skeptas and the big? These are time in the game, you know. And also, it's easier for guys to do these collabs, and it makes sense. But for Stefflon, like, this is a big deal.
It's not about time. It's not about time in the game at this point. At this point, the UK market is open for business on this level at this stage.
I agree.
If it wasn't for this boom and this period, and then you said what you said, then maybe I would sound how you're sounding.
No,
but because of where we are at right now, the bridge to Narnia, mate, is there, bro. So if it's there, like, so this is not no surprise. Like I said, we don't need no announcement. I need a video. I don't want to see no audio business. I don't want to see no audio.
You don't want to see no teasers.
No, I don't see no audio. No, I don't want to see no teaser, and I don't want just one what do you call it? One thumbnail and one audio track, and that's it. That's minor.
No.
Want to see videos? I want to see the things, but it's open season.
So she doesn't let me down. She always comes with
Let's
it.
See.
So I'm excited for it. We're gonna put our eyes. We're gonna watch.
I'm not gonna say nothing until I see
don't worry,
the situation.
When it comes out,
I'm not gonna say something, but yeah. In terms of your excitement, your excitement as a Stefflon Don fan, perhaps.
Yeah, someone who
but if you're speaking from someone who's been watching the game for however long, and you're seeing this happening, this should not be a surprise. So I'm actually quite disappointed to hear you react like this. Because this shouldn't be a surprise. You should be disappointed, man. Nah, bro, you're too gassed. Get off these people, bro.
No.
You're too gassed, bro.
Anyway,
you're too gassed.
Moving forward, so the next thing I want to tell you. Okay, the Grammys. Okay, are you excited for it this year?
I've seen the list. I've seen the list, man. So I don't know.
Okay, so we've seen the list of who's been nominated, right, and what albums and blah blah. But have you seen the performance list?
No, who's on the performance list?
Okay, so it just dropped. Oh god, it just dropped today, yeah. And guess what? And we're going to talk about it already, yeah. But Bruno Mars and Cardi B are going to perform together. They're going to perform Finesse.
Okay.
They're going to perform Finesse. SZA's going to perform because obviously she got nominated for her album.
Yeah.
Kesha's performing. There's going to be performance from
that's a big deal from Kesha based on where she's
where she came from.
She's coming from concerning this whole stuff, man.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a big deal. The people that sang the Louis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee. The people that sang whatever. I think it's the thing with Justin Bieber. Are they not the ones that did the Spanish song?
I think so. I don't know. I don't remember.
I think so. Okay, and then Khalid, the one that sang Location, he's performing with Khalid or whatever, how you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
And the Cara girl, Lady Gaga's performing. Pink, and do you know who I'm excited about? Childish Gambino's performing. He's gonna sing my song. Hopefully, Redbone. Like, I'm super excited about.
Is that the list?
This year. Yeah, no, there's more people, but that's who they've.
Those are the main guys.
Those are people that they've announced, because sometimes they keep announcers.
Yeah, well, I'm more excited on that list. I'm glad for the only person I'm glad for there is Kesha. I thought, Kesha.
Everybody.
I'm glad for Kesha. I think this performance is going to mean a lot in comparison to everybody else. This is a big. What could have happened to her with the whole chief exec thing? She could have been destroyed. She could have been completely messed up. I don't know if she was suicidal, but listen, she was going down a road. She's gone down the road with this stuff. So that's the only performance there. I mean, I Pink maybe because of, I'm feeling Pink obviously because of the song that she's got that's out right now.
That's out now.
But everything else that you said, I'm not jumping out of my seat. I thought when you say Khaled, I thought you think DJ Khaled.
I know you thought DJ Khaled, but
I was thinking Khaled. No, I don't want to hear location on the Grammy stage. I don't want to hear.
He got nominated.
I don't want to hear. You know, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it, man.
Absolutely.
I don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it.
You're not into Childish Gambino, are you?
It's not about Childish Gambino. It's not. It's about when I go to performances. Childish Gambino is not a concert I will go to just for performance. No, I want performance. I want performance. I want excitement. I want excitement. I want performance, man. I'm not gonna get that with these man.
His performance on Jimmy Fallon. How can you say such a thing? Did you watch the performance that he gave on freaking Jimmy Fallon for that song?
I watched some of it, man.
Go to YouTube, yeah.
Don't tell me where to go, man. At the end of the day,
don't tell me
it's not your list is not. You know your problem is what you've done is you need to be able to give this information without your emotions because you are so you've come on. Oh my gosh, you know the list. Let me say the list of the performance. I'm thinking. You have gassed the thing so much that you don't even know what's happening. This list that you're talking about is just, it's all right. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. But if I want to watch something pop up, listen, I'll never forget BET Awards when, what did they do? BET Hip Hop Awards when they did the tune Hustle Hard was out. Ace's Hustle Hard. Ace Hustle Hard. And they did the remixing with Rick Ross, with Rosé. Wayne, listen, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about the genre. I want to talk about the genre, bro. I'm not talking about the genre. I'm just talking about the excitement. I'm talking about the euphoria when that vibe hits. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily talking about specifically hip hop music. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about the vibe, the energy. That's what I'm talking about.
Let me tell you something. The reason why I'm excited there, it's not because I'm gassed over the people. Because remember, the people that I said out of this whole list, there's only like 4 people that recognizably I listen to their music. Little Big Town don't really listen to their music. Ben Platt, don't really know who that is. Patty LaPombe. But the only thing I really like about this list, there's certain people that are on here that are very, very, very low key in terms of name wise, but they're actually moving like for the youth, for the industry and stuff. And so when I see this kind of list, it makes it seem like, and it's going to be in the Madison Square Garden, it feels like it's actually really going to be a show as opposed to them getting all the biggest names and then you're dead disappointed. Because I've seen the Grammys when they do that, they get all these, like all the people that you would want to see, and then for some reason, because of the anticipation, because of the nerves, whatever, it's just flat. It's just
you've seen that your girl sisters let you down already.
Yeah, but
you see how your girl sisters let you down already, and that's small time. That's small time.
I have to say that out loud.
That's small time. That's small time. Okay, that's small time. You see her? When did you see her? Where did you see her?
Okay, so I went to Sister's concert. Her first ever concert.
Where?
In Hammersmith Apollo in London.
Okay. Oh wow. Oh yes. Out of 10?
And out of 10, it was terrible. And I'll
what's that? 0? Is that 0?
It was terrible. I'll give it a 2.
From what you told me on that call, that's a 0.
It wasn't a 0. I wouldn't say 0. I'll give it a 2. She wasn't the worst part of the whole story. Remember what my 0 really was the opening act. That's the thing that killed me.
Yeah, that's probably. But she still didn't do nothing.
DJ was the worst. But her, she was a 2 in a way where, like, I understand it's her first time going out, so she needs to practice on the stage and blah, blah. And I feel like I pray that hopefully all the little things that she's been doing before this Grammy thing has perfected her out. Because even when I saw her on SNL, she did much better than when she was performing when I was watching her. Do you know what I mean? But it was like, it's her learning because I get it, but it was terrible. The only good thing about it was her jacket. But I can't take away from the fact that her album bangs. Do you know what I mean? And that's what she's getting an award for, her album. And from the beginning to the end, to me, that's an album for this generation, this millennium, whatever the people or the young people of this time, that's what they need because it's actually dope. It's a dope body of work. But I feel like she will probably be ready. Hopefully, she'll be ready for the Grammys performance. But I'm saying that other people as well that are on the list, like the Khalid guy and
I don't want to hear Khalid. I don't want to see Khalid, man. You're telling me there's no one else we can give that space to? There's no one else?
We say?
There's no one else we can give that space to perform?
Yeah, no, because he has the biggest tune. Even his album was big last year. What do you mean, location?
I just don't want to see it, man. Listen, I don't want to see that. You can put that song on. You can put that song on for background music for me, man.
No, it's not. Have you seen the video he just dropped with Ducky? Do you know the model Ducky as his love? Listen, it's beautiful.
Oh my God.
He's creating art. What do you mean? A young boy that's out there doing his thing. Yeah, I can't wait to see him in the Grammys. He needs that space. What do you mean? And put someone else there.
Yeah, listen, I'm talking from, if I went to the Grammys today, who would I want to see? If I want to sit down, how long is the Grammy? How many hours is the Grammy? You want to sit down? It's a couple hours, 3 hours. It's a few hours, man. If you want to sit down and listen, I'm not going to the jazz club. I want to sit down and I want to enjoy. I want to sit down and really enjoy something. I want to sit down and enjoy it. I'm at the stage. I'm just telling you where I'm at the stage. I'm putting my clothes, I'm hitting the red carpet. I want to sit down. I want to enjoy certain things.
Okay, tell me who you want to see.
That's not who I want to see.
Tell me who you want to see.
Anybody. Guess what? Anybody. Like I said, I'm happy.
Tell me your thing that you
put Kesha.
2018. Go on.
Again, I'm happy with Kesha. I'm more than happy with Pink. I think that's a huge song.
So you don't like Lady Gaga?
From Pink. Yeah, Lady Gaga always gives a show.
Yeah, she
but
does.
I think, I don't know, is she still doing, is she really into the music right now?
Of course.
No, but I know she's on the acting. It seems like she's more heavy with the acting right now.
She dropped a project last year and she did well. She went, like, she's killing it. Like Lady Gaga.
So she's going off last year's project?
Yeah. I don't know if she's going to perform though, but I know that she's still in the music and she's been doing music. And last year was a very big year.
It just seems like at this stage in music, at this point, still Lady Gaga sound like a peripheral name at this point.
Wow.
To reflect what's going on right
now. You're not really in the world of that because she's been killing it.
To reflect what's going on right now, Lady Gaga peripheral. But when I look online, it's not Lady Gaga's name I'm seeing.
No,
it's not Lady Gaga's name I'm seeing. I don't.
Continue. What's your dream?
But anyway,
I can't take this blaspheme. Go on.
You call it blaspheme?
Yes, this is blaspheme.
Black.
You can't just be saying this stuff like she actually had the best year. Remember? I don't even know what project it was. This Joanne, that was her project, yeah. And
when was this? What year was this?
It was this last 2 years. This is what she's been promoting. Joanne.
Last 2 years.
Yeah.
What year's last years?
I'll get up the thingy.
2016. What you saying?
Yeah, 17, 18. I mean 17, 16, 17. That's when she's been promoting her Joanne.
So when did Joanne? When did Joanne come out?
It came out October 2016, and that's what she's been doing.
So that's what so because the album came out October 2016.
That's when she released the project. But last year, 2017, she's been doing. Did she do Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and that was last year's Super Bowl. This before. Do you know what I'm saying? She's been working. She's been moving hard in the game, so it's not peripheral. That's what I'm saying.
If she's done. That's what I'm trying to say to you. She's already done her album 2016. If she's done Super Bowl, I don't know whether she needs to be doing Grammys. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
I don't think she needs to be. She's done the thing already.
No. And
she's done the thing already, man.
Obviously, they're celebrating what you've done in the. Remember, the Grammys not what's happened now. The Grammys are last year of music, so therefore she has to be in it because she did a huge.
Listen, that's not every. Well, like we've seen, Drake didn't even submit his album in the bottom. He didn't even do it. So Grammys is not going to necessarily curate. He's not going to have the total curation of what happened in last year's music, man. Drizzy's not on there.
I didn't say it was the curation. I said that it reflects the year of music, and she doesn't reflect the year of music. With that. Yes, it does.
How many complaints has there been that Grammy does not reflect? I didn't
say it reflects.
So what are you talking about?
I'm saying if you had, it's over the year. It's not like what's happening now. Yeah, it's like they have a cut-off point. They have deadlines.
Obviously, it can't be what's happening now. We're in 2018, so it can't be what's happening in January 2018. You're talking about.
I'm saying people that put their music forward or their albums forward, they have to have a specific timeline of when to release music for you to be counted. So therefore, I'm saying Gaga would be definitely in the mix because she had a big year and a big album. Joanne did very well, and she was all over the place for performing that in the White House, in this, in that, for everybody, for the Obamas. Like what you're saying is performing for the Obamas. I'm just trying to say she's very
current. For Obamas.
I'm just saying it's very current.
You said she performed for the Obamas.
There's your reasons, like it's like.
But you said she performed for the Obamas. You said she performed for the Obamas.
I'm just saying it was all.
How can you say that? Is that the reason why she should come on the go? Because she performed for the Obamas.
I didn't give you the reason.
Do you know who's in office now?
If someone says,
do you know who's in office now?
No, wait a minute.
Do you know who's in office?
Wait a minute. Yeah, but who wants to talk about that? Sorry. No shade.
How are you talking about? Obamas,
That's what I would say to Obamas because people are still saying, our president, my president, they're still trying to call him their president. That's why I mentioned them. I would not say who's. What
do you mean they're still calling him our president? You know.
Have you not seen what's going on?
What's that got to do with anything? What's that got to do with anything?
I would mention him with my chest. I would not mention who's currently there. Say, she performed for him. Like that's something that needs to be said. I'm not saying that. So, anyways, all I'm saying is she's not really in the peripheral. She's still making music that is actually out now, and she's had one of the best 2 years of her life prior to when she was in her heyday. So that's why I'm saying that she definitely. I'm excited to see her at the Grammys.
What do you mean she's had the best 2 years of her life?
Yeah, but she was quiet. Do you know? After she released, there was one album she released that didn't get received that well, and people were like, that's when people started getting iffy. I was like, she's a bit too, you know how she was very theatrical when she first came out, right, with all the costumes or whatever. So there was a stage where she released her last project, and before Joanne, and people were questioning her. It wasn't received well by the public or even critics. And people were like, has she lost her steam? Is she still going to demand audience that she had, blah, blah, blah. So then she went completely different. She changed up her appearance. She's now becoming, she's wearing normal costumes, normal outfits that, you normally wear. I appreciate that. Which I really love. And she, what did she do? Then she went and did a very good jazz album with Tony Bennett, the jazz guy, this old jazz guy. She did and it was very well received. Then she did, some really good performances. So people started seeing her as a real artist. It changed the whole scope for her. So then when she released Joanne, then it just. I
appreciate all of that Lady Gaga stuff, but just talking about Lady Gaga just getting boring. But at the end of the day, it's the end of the day. For right now, all I'm saying is I don't need to see Lady Gaga now. She's had her time. She's had a moment.
Gosh.
If you want to be one of those, the legends that tour and do a thing, that's fair enough. But right now, there's too many guys coming through. There's too many people coming through that we don't need to see Lady Gaga.
Tell me your Grammy.
I can't even tell. I can't even tell you just because.
You can't tell me what you'll be excited about.
I can't even tell you just because the Grammy vibe doesn't seem to be the vibe that appeals to a wider base of music, man. It just doesn't seem that kind of vibe.
It's kind of archaic. I understand.
It's kind of aristocratic type thing. So I can't even think of. I'm just trying to say I can't even think of. I'm trying to think of something. I'm already thinking with that hat anyway. I'm still not even sure. I'm not sure. But all I'm saying is anyway, that's not even the point. I'm not even anyway.
Okay.
The list is great.
Okay. So then, what about the Golden Globes? What did you see? Any of the clips? Did you see any of the outfits? Did you see? Because there was a lot of stuff that was going on at the Golden Globes, and I just want to know what were your thoughts before you say anything? Yeah, I need to give this. You say I rule with my emotions. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm too gassed. Okay, I need to say this clear. Yeah, there's nobody in the whole wide world. Yeah, this is very bold, but I really feel this in my heart. That can mess, yeah? That can be comparable. That can just do this 28 years strong in the game. You debuted in 1991.
What are you talking about?
1990. And come out and look like a beautiful goddess.
What are you talking about?
That is Mariah Carey. Did you see the pictures? Did you see the pictures of how Mariah looked that day?
Is that what you're doing?
Listen!
Oh.
Did you see? Oh my God. You have to talk to me. She looked like a goddess. And she was just smiling, just airy, just walking around, just looking so good. I was like, Mariah, 28 years in the game. I want people to come out 20 years later after this.
You know what? Give people the finances to support themselves on that scale. Give people the ability to go to the. Give people the ability, to go to get gastric bypass on the NHS.
Why?
Give them the thing, and then talk about. Is that not true? Is that not true though? Is that not true? Hold on, I'm asking you. Is that not true?
That's very.
Is that not true? Is it true?
That's very offensive. Number one.
What are you talking about?
Mariah Carey only.
Did she not do the operation? So she didn't do the operation. Did she do the operation?
Yes, all these years that she's been killing.
Did she do the operation? I said, did she do the operation?
She had gastric bypass, so.
So what are you telling me?
Her skin's still shining. Her hair's still looking good. Her body's still snatched. That doesn't count for all of that because you still have to work out. You still have to eat right. Some people have gastric bypass surgery and they're still in the same place.
They're not going to be in the same place because you can't eat as much as you can as you used to. So you're never going to be in the same place. What are you talking about?
But they don't look as. There's some people that it doesn't really make that much of a difference.
We talk. Who?
average
Joe. We don't need to talk about those people. Let's talk about you. You're here trying to gas up Mariah.
No,
I'm not saying she looked nice on the carpet. I'm just not taking away from.
Did you not like her dress? Did you
fresh
not think she looked beautiful?
Fresh from surgery. Fresh from theater. Yes, she did that. Fresh from.
That's rude.
Fresh from.
People have gastric have the what's it called, the ability to get gastric bypass surgery. Yeah, if you're over a certain weight or whether you go to the doctors, like for your health benefits, you're able to get that. That doesn't take away the weight. That does not take away the fact that she.
Why do people get? Why do people?
Good, and regardless of what money you think that she put her in, she's in a position, blah blah blah. Like she's not one of the people. Sorry, I'm not, no shade, but there's people that have had money and they've done all this plastic surgery and everything, whatever, and yet it has not done anything.
I'm not talking about. Listen, number one, Mariah Carey is a girl's girl. Yeah, she's a woman's woman. She likes to look good. She loves. Hold on, let me finish, okay, bro. Yeah, let me finish, bro. Let me finish, bro. Yeah, because you're too caught up, man. You're just too caught up. I can't believe you even said this. You can't believe you even said this.
Because it was a big deal. Do you not see the images all over the world? Everyone is looking at this picture, and I'm like, yes.
Oh my word.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Oh my word. All right, listen to me. Just calm down. All right. Calm down. Calm down. All right, calm down, bro. Calm down.
Look at her now.
All I'm saying to you is, listen, she's a woman's woman. She likes her makeups. She likes to look good, regardless of whether she was been big or whether she's been smaller. In terms of her face and makeup and beauty, she's always 10 out of 10 because that's something that she invested in. That's something that she's interested in, and so forth. What I'm saying to you is, I'm just reminding you of current affairs that gastric bypass took place. And that gastric bypass.
That doesn't take away.
Can I finish, please? Am I allowed to finish?
Go on.
That gastric bypass took place, and then you're talking about her body look snatch and etc. That she had an operation to help with that process. That's what I'm saying. She had an operation. Stop there. No. You stop there, please. Can you stop there, please?
Okay.
We've heard your big mouth, bro.
No,
we've heard you. No, we've heard you. We've heard you. We've heard you, mate. We've heard you. No, you're gonna say the same thing we know you've been saying.
Continue.
She all I'm saying is that she had a gastric bypass to help with the process. Yes, it does make a difference. Yes, it is a factor. That's what I am saying to you. And if you can't accept that, then you are blind.
That's cool. Anyways, now onto the serious thing. What did you think of what Oprah said? Did you watch her speech?
Yeah, of course.
What was your thoughts in terms of what she said, and also the fact that everyone was wearing all black, and you know why, and all that stuff?
I mean, I wasn't really caught up with the whole all black, everyone wearing all black kind of. I wasn't really caught up with all of that. However, obviously, it's great that they did it for the purpose and the campaign they did it for. So kudos to them. But I think more important. I mean, wearing all black is we can all wear the colours. I mean, I'm sure when the green tile situation happened, people wearing green. What does that mean? Have people gone back to the tower since? I don't know. So I'm not going to get caught up in wearing colours and wearing the science. Concerning Oprah and the speech, I thought, in my opinion, and I was saying this to someone as well, I thought that's one of the best speeches I've heard Oprah say. I think maybe the best speech I've ever heard. Someone then asked me, how many speeches have you heard from Oprah? I said, only 2. But you know what? There's something that even if I had looked at the catalogue of Oprah speeches and so forth, that's a big one. That's a big one. I was even thinking, did she even, I don't know if, I said, is this top of head? Is that top of head? I don't know.
There's no way. If
that was top of head, I mean, my word. But what was great is to see the impact of what she said. Like when the camera was going to different people's faces,
people
and you could see the impact and the joy, and not just from the demographic that we expect to see that, but the whole room was inspired, was encouraged, and more importantly, what I liked about the speech was the fact that she spoke. The ending of the speech in terms of, in this, the women in this room. She didn't just refer to the women, she referred to the men as well.
Yeah, she
referred to men being the phenomenal men in the room. She refers to the great women in the room. She referred to humanity from that perspective,
Yeah.
as opposed to
just
protecting a particular demographic and then making everybody else feel terrible.
Yeah.
But she's like, you know what? There are good people. There are good men. There are good women, where you're from.
Yeah.
And that was important. But yeah, I thought after that speech, if she did go for the presidency, I mean, boy. If presidency was about what you say and what you believe, then we could find her out.
Listen, when I watched her speech, because for some reason, Oprah is one of the people everyone always talks about as how amazing she is, how she's, you know, like entrepreneurial, the billionaire, all that stuff. Yeah, money. Everyone talks about that, and even when she had her show, how it impacted, especially her demographics that she got to was a lot of the white people in America, the white households. Like, she was they loved her, they connected to her, and it's crazy to see how big her show was. And then even when she went on to get her own network, like the moves that she's made is superb to me, right? Like, she's done so much things. And even when she went to go get her own network, people like, it's not going to work out, blah, blah, blah. And it took years, but it's doing its thing. It's holding, she's got shows and everything. So when she did a speech, I've never really connected to Oprah, like, properly, because I think sometimes when some certain people are so overrated or overpraised, like, I can just be like, okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not all the time, and I can admit this with Oprah, it can be like, okay, she's got enough, like, people that are on her thing, like, I don't really need to say anything.
What, the way that you are with Mariah Carey?
No. Well, Mariah Carey's a true story. She basically, I went...
Okay, you don't stop there. Please, just continue. Yeah, Oprah, please.
It's completely different.
No, but there's enough people celebrating Mariah Carey in it, but...
No.
For you to say that about Oprah, bearing how you feel about Mariah, it sounds funny. It sounds funny.
But
Oprah
Winfrey wasn't with me throughout my childhood, like Mariah was. So there's a different connection, right? She was
Auntie Mariah.
Anyway, as I was saying, so with Oprah, sometimes, like, especially like the show and stuff, it wasn't my kind of show. It was, it was for older. I was young when that show was out, so it was like an older group of people that were watching. Like, if you were younger, you watched, even UK, if you watched This Morning when you were little, or it wouldn't be something that you connect with, because you're like, those topics and those issues are not what I really need. It was grown and adult-y until I grew up, and I was like, okay, I understand her messages and blah, blah, blah. So that was my disconnect with Oprah. But everything she did as a woman, as an entrepreneur, everything else, I can celebrate, I can see. I was like, yes, you go, Color Purple, everything. When she did that speech, I was like, it was so monumental. It reminded me of, the great speeches that we read about now in history. And I was like, and at this time in that country, like you said, she was super inclusive. She did, because even, I think the year before, Meryl Streep or one of the other people did a speech, and it was very about their agenda, whatever the agenda was. It was very specific. It was, I think, women empowerment or just women, right? But Oprah went on the stage. She gave a speech that was inclusive. She spoke about someone in the past and what they went through. That was a story that not a lot of people know about, and she stated, she just died the other day. She spoke to the little girls that would be watching her. Like, I was like, she covered all bases, and it was actually truly moving. And I was like, before when they said, she was running for president or whatever, or prime minister, president, I was like, it's not really about who's an entertainer, because already that whole thing has been problematic. But it made sense with that speech. I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I can see it. I can, just for a moment, I was like, I can see, even though people say, someone else should be more qualified, it shouldn't be an entertainer. It shouldn't, after what has happened with, what's gone on, it shouldn't be an entertainer. It shouldn't be just because you've got a big following and blah, blah, blah. But the speech, it's
not about, you're right. They're right. So it's not about entertainer. I mean, it's not about entertainment. It's about, again, character.
Yeah.
And, people, there's some spheres. There are some spheres where Trump is classified as an entertainer because of the Apprentice and so forth. Yes, Oprah is also in that vein in some spheres also, but clearly the character of Oprah, based on what she says and how she speaks and so forth, is clearly different from a man who would be different. It's clearly different from a man who would be tweeting China and tweeting representatives
and doing all of the madness. And
it's very different. It's very different.
Gail, like, literally after the speech happened or whatever, Gail must have been on her talk show, her best friend, and she was like, Oprah is not even thinking of, because sometimes politically they can't really say whether they want to run or whatever until they actually announce their thingy. But she was like, Oprah is not thinking about running or anything like that. But after the whole reception of her speech, she's like, she's, it's intrigued her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the way the support came, they're like, with the articles running, oh, is she our next president? Da, da, da. She's like, it's intrigued. I was like, raw, like, because I remember her saying beforehand when they even threw her in the hat, like in the race ages ago, she was like, no. She was like, that's, preposterous. No. But the way that speech was a change magnet, like a lot of people connected to it. Even me, I was like, and normally I'm very cynical with politicians and when people speak and speeches and stuff like that. I'm very cynical, like, what's your agenda, what you trying to put, you know what I'm saying? I always watch what you coming from, but it was really good. It was so good. And then I just sat back and I said, do you know the funny thing is, Oprah, what has been not been really said about her, she's such a really good public speaker. It's actually crazy. Her skill public speaking, for you to command the whole room, for you to say that, like you said, you don't even know if it was off the top or if it was written.
Yeah, she's really
even
good.
if it was written, for you to memorize that and come sincere like that, like it's mad. And she
didn't. From what I watched, she didn't put a foot wrong in her communication. She was able to look around the room. She was able to look at people's faces. She was able to communicate. She was able to communicate. Never put a foot wrong. She didn't hesitate. She didn't murmur. Full of stories about her mum coming in, working all type of jobs. She's watching the Grammy. She's watching the Golden Globes and the cheap seats, and so she's always got stories.
Sidney Poitier, she shouted him out. People don't even know how much of a legend he is, and that's Denzel Washington's inspirations. Like she put everything in there. I felt like the way she did that.
But that was a big deal. So even thinking when she said it, and I was thinking about that. That's a big Sidney Poitier from, I think, the most iconic film for me for Sidney Poitier, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, because it's Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Sidney Poitier. That was almost. I think it's the equivalent of when we hear of movies and films about racism, discrimination, prejudice in the time when it's happening. Yeah. So for that to do a film like that, embodying everything that's going on literally outside of your door, and Sydney, man, everyone loves Sydney. All the women love Sydney. Yeah. All the guys admire Sydney. Yeah. But that even happened. I didn't even realize. Yeah, that he had actually got something like that. So.
And she shouted him out, and the fact that we have even spoken, the fact that she even got the award, the Cecile B. that award, right? Like the first African American Black woman to even receive that award. I'm like, it was monumental. And the fact that in that whole speech, she didn't talk about herself too much. She wasn't like, she didn't do it as like, thank you so much for all the work that I've put into this, blah, blah, blah. The way that her speech, because that's what normally the speech is supposed to be. It's supposed to be you recognizing what you've done and your parents and your...
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, the vein of speeches over the last 12 months
has completely changed.
Have been literally, it's a platform now for people to talk about issues. No one's ever done that in the last, that's been the vein, that's been the new template. If something's going on, you've now got to say it. You could never stand up on a stage now and say, you know what, unless it's a music, unless it's like a music award show that people don't really expect that from. But it's all about them kind of the Screen Actors Guilds, Golden Globes, etc., etc. That's what you have to do. You cannot say, you couldn't say it anyway. Even if you wanted to, even if you were like, you know what, that's got to be just a piece of the pie.
Yeah, I wanted to put a notable person that also did well in the Golden Globe. I don't know if you watched the show, but another person that was great was Sterling Brown, and he's the guy that got an award for This Is Us. That show, like it's an amazing show, and even his speech as well. Like he said something like, he thanked the writer of the show and was like, thank you for writing this role and making it like that I'm a Black man in this show and making my experience that no one could ever dismiss, because because I've been in Hollywood before and I've been acting and I've been the token Black guy where it's just like a color, like it doesn't matter who the person is, you just put them there because they're a Black person. But he was like, but because his show This Is Us, the layers that he plays is one of the best roles I've seen written for a Black man. And it's just amazing. So him saying that to the writer was like, thank you for even, because the writer was a white guy, was like, thank you for even doing this and for it being a thing that now people are trying to, actually write roles for us where it's not like just a generic thing. And so that was it was a big deal, and I was happy that he won his award because he deserved it, and he's been winning awards. He's been collecting them up, down every award season, for this last year. And I was like, it was a really good speech as well, even though it was short and brief, but it was a good speech, and he deserved it. And This Is Us is like an amazing show. So I was so happy to
I'm looking forward to the day that these speeches don't have to happen.
It doesn't have to happen,
in
is it?
terms
That's what
of,
she said for Me Too, but it's
the Me Too stuff, but just in general, going up every year to say, you know what, as a black man and as
the plight in Hollywood and blah blah blah, but
it would be great for that to happen.
When it doesn't happen, it's going to be great. Even when they say, you don't have to announce, the first black woman to receive this award, when it's just a common thing, like anyone, like black, white, like whomever is great for the award is getting the award, you know what I'm saying? When that happens, it will be amazing. But that was good. And another thing that was good about the Golden Globes was that, something that I didn't really like here was that they put, even though I don't know if you watched it, but they put Get Out, the film that came out, they put in the comedy section. And anyone who's watched Get Out knows that it's either in horror or maybe if they went to push it, drama. So it's like, why would you put nothing? There was a little bit of laughs, but it was not comedy. It was a thriller horror film. So it's like, they literally are really trying it with their awards, how they put the things in the segment. Because it's like, why would you do that? It's like you really.
I guess it happens though, innit? I guess it happens though, man. It happens. I'm not sure why. I mean, we could speculate and think it's some type of shade or condescending. Who knows? But it happens. Same with Drake, Hotline Bling, in the Grammy.
Music is different though, but this is
not really
because when you advertise a movie, you advertise as your genre. The director writes what it is. And this is where, even on the sleeve of the film, where it goes to press, everything is that's what it is. So you can't now turn around and call it a comedy. It doesn't make no sense. Do you know what I'm saying? It actually doesn't make no sense. As opposed to music, they'll be subjective to it could be a bit. But this is clearly
not really. I mean, I don't think so, because if you've got a song that's all singing and someone says it's rap, then I think it's quite clear that you know what it is. I mean, let's not let the word being subjective override common sense. If I'm singing on a song throughout and you're calling it a hip hop song or rap song, then obviously there's a problem.
Obviously, I know that that's a problem, but but
that's what I'm saying. So it's not just about that. It's obviously that's what can happen sometimes. But
so you're not offended by that.
Bro, I'm tired of being offended, man. Tired of being offended, you know what I mean? Tired of being offended, man. It's been recognized. It's in there. The actors are going on to other things. The guy from Get Out, is he not in Black Panther now? Do you know what I mean? So it's I'm tired of being offended, man. You know what I mean? People are gonna throw shade anyway, some way, shape, or form. People throw shade on your 9 to 5. People are throwing shade right now, and you can't hear it. You know what I mean? So come on, if you don't know that, I mean, there's so much different things that even echo that very thing. I think even in the Bible, I've seen it talk about how I forgot what they said, but it's something along the lines of, listen, if you're a master and if you're a master and for example, and your servant is talking about you, then guess what? That's normal, basically. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, it's clear, like that's just how it goes. You know what I mean? So being offended about that, listen, the fact that you're in the room, many people will never see the room, whether you're black, white, Asian, or whatever. You will never see it. Some people will never ever know what it's like to touch a red carpet, to walk through the doors, and so forth. There has to be. I think if you know the time you're living in, you're still a minority in the country. You're still a minority in the country. You're still 10% of the country. Yeah. So if that's the case, you know what? I'm not saying to discredit or discount what you've done or who you are, but we'll just say, you know what? When things could be worse, as it has been, listen, be over the moon, man. Be the Boyegas of the world, man. The ones that are with their friends on the red carpet, with their family, just laughing, screaming, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Wow. You know what I mean? Where are those guys? I like those guys, man, that make us feel like, you know what, you was really a guy from Peckham or wherever, and you just gasped. Where are those people? Everyone's just too cool for school now, too Hollywood. You too Hollywood, man. Come on. You coming from, hey, man, you coming from nothing, man. You better let us know. That's what you should tell me. You know what I love about, when it comes out to speeches, some of the best and endearing speeches you're going to hear is NFL speeches, basketball speeches, whether it's draft speeches, whether, people that have come from, either jumped straight from high school to, the NBA or college straight to the NBA, or people who have won an MVP for the season and so forth. What they talk about, or NFL, I remember one of these guys, NFL, the guy had signed like a $200 million contract. Yeah. And the guy was talking about being with his mum, just him and his mum, nothing in the fridge, nothing in the cupboards, make it ends meet, yet mum was still doing this. That's what I want. That's something that we can all talk about. You know what I mean? Maybe obviously there's levels to poverty, there's levels to you know, to economic climate, but that's what I love to hear. That stuff there almost instantly brings me to tears. Cause I'm like, listen, we all know what it's like to be somewhere and not have more than what you have. Yeah. That alone, that has to be the center point, because America is always known as a place where you want to fulfill your dreams. It's that place. It's the Disney World. It's the Disneyland of the globe. It's that place, man. You want to fulfill. You want to be somebody. You want to be something. You're going to the States, man. You know what I mean? So I like those type of. That's what I prefer more so. Is that type of stuff, man. People who have two pennies to rub together. People who can't even speak English. They can't even communicate. But yet, all they know is that for whatever reason, they've been given this opportunity to transform not just their life, but their family's life, generations of people. It's covered. Do you know what I mean? When you're boiling, you're just like, Lord, look what has happened. Look what has taken place. That's what it's about, man. That's what I believe in, man. That's what I subscribe to all day long.
Okay, so in the history of speeches, who would you say gave you the best, like, what would you say was the most moving speech that you've heard?
It has to be Martin Luther King, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it has to be Martin Luther King.
And we say that, and you know, we're 5 days away from Martin Luther King's Day.
Yeah,
on the 15th.
Exactly. But it has to be Martin Luther. It has to be Martin Luther King, and not because of even what he said or what he says. Because again, if we step out of the world of subjectivity and we look objectively, listen, when you're in that field, when you're in politics, when you're in face of the people and so forth, you have to be able to speak. Speaking is paramount. If you can't talk, if you can't do that, then you know what? You sit down. You have to be able to talk. So everybody in politics is going to be able to have a style of speaking where they can speak better than the average Joe.
Most definitely.
So I don't praise Martin Luther King for necessarily just for that. What I praise him for is because to say what he said at a time when, and this is the difference between now and then. People now, you can say what you can say, and if I go to the street right now and I say what I'm saying, I'm not saying that I'm perfectly safe, but I'm not necessarily in imminent danger either. When what was the protest over here? What's the most recent protest over here? It was the slave Libya. Yeah, the Libya. Libya. Everyone's in London and so forth. You can go to those. We can go to those protests, and we can rest assured that there is a level of peace and there is a level of safety concerning your life. What I give this man the props about, which is why I'm talking about being cynical. Listen, I'm weary when I hear certain people and so forth, because in today's age, because I'm thinking, you know what? You're at a place where you're enjoying the luxuries of being able to speak with no price and no cost. Exactly. Martin Luther King, for him to... Wait. Say that again, because I like that was a word. Yeah, the luxury of what? You have the luxury of being able to speak without the cost. Yep. That's what you got the luxury of. So when you see today's world, and again, I'm not taking anything away from the Kaepernicks and those that have taken a stand and so forth, but people that are talking there is a hedge of protection. Yes. And so I can't really give them the props. Martin Luther King, as we know, was killed. Yes. Yeah, and that was the narrative for any black person speaking about the issues. Yeah. It's life and death. They say social popularity. It's not, boy, if I say this, then you know what, less people are going to follow me, or I might get fired from the job. No. It's life and death. When you're marching, when they were doing that big march where even white people joined them, people were getting killed on that march. Yep. Straight. There was no, and people knew they were going to get killed. People knew. People knew. It wasn't like, it wasn't even such a surprise. People knew that this was the price. And so when I see what's going on now, like I said, we can say what we want. And what the majority, the worst that's going to happen to you is that you may have to apologize. You may lose your job. Some of the people speaking already have enough money to set themselves up for life. So if I lose my job, some of the people, you got nothing to lose. Exactly. You can lose your job today.
They've already got the
you got the million. You got to go on a parachute.
They're ready.
You got the millions. You got the millions in the bank. You're sorted. You're okay.
Yeah.
But Martin Luther King, no. He went to the scale where even if it cost me my life, this is the level. And so there is no better speech. There will probably never ever be a better speech than that, because to be able to speak in that way. Remember, they're not speaking. They're speaking in front of people that can take them out at any time.
Yep.
And that's not happening at the Golden Globes.
Nope.
That's not happening at Phoenix Guild. They're happening at the Grammys, yo. That's not happening on the Steve Harvey show. It ain't happening nowhere. It's not happening in Parliament. It ain't happening nowhere. It's not happening on Question Time. It ain't happening on BBC, wherever. No, it's gonna go down. So for him to have done that, it is the best example, and maybe the only example of what it means to really be down for a cause and to really support it like you're meant to.
So would you say that his speech was more impactful to you than Malcolm X's? I don't know if Malcolm X had a famous speech or like his movement. Like, would you say, if you were to say rate, because this is the last one I just want to know, because some people, like, I don't know, do you appreciate both of them as activists, or would you have a preference? Like, because their styles.
No, I appreciate anyone. I appreciate anyone, especially in that era. Anyone that was trying to do better, knowing that could cost them their life.
Okay, so
anyone that falls into that category, 100%, man.
Yeah.
If you knew you could die tomorrow,
and you're still fighting for that cause,
and you're still going on, and you still are compelled. Yeah. You're compelled. You're not like, I have to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anyone that falls into that category, 100, 100%, 100%, 100%. So like I said, if the tide was to turn tomorrow, if I want to know, even when they come down to the kids and the younger generation, everybody's happy to protest and say things. Okay, let's now step into a world where your life is on the line. Now we see whether you're really standing.
Still gonna be open.
Let's see whether you actually live. Let's see if the Libya slavers were at wherever in Trafalgar Square or wherever in London, and they said, listen, you see anybody coming here, we're coming after you. I want to know how packed that place is going to be. I want to know who's ready. I want to know who's ready. I want to know.
It's true.
I want to know, because guess what? I can tell you now. I don't know if I'd be jumping up there.
Who?
I don't know if I'd be.
Now, like,
I don't know if I'd be. I don't know.
I'm not going nowhere.
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I was upset just like anybody else about, the slave and all that. I'm all of that. But guess what? Because at the end of the day, if the tide goes in that direction, okay, are you able to go to Libya and do that? I want to know also.
Exactly.
I want to know also, can you go to Libya and say these things?
Yeah, to the Libyan.
Can you do it?
You have to.
Can you do it? Can you go to the belly of the beast? Can you go to the belly? Can you go to the doorway of hell itself and tell Satan, you know what? It's wrong. Talk to me. I want to know. Where's the rescue mission?
It's not everybody. And do you know the funny
everybody?
Thing?
But no one knows that. So people are talking.
And it's not by force as well. It's not everybody, and it's not by force. And people need to realize not everybody are those people. There's specific people that are equipped to do these things. Like when I was looking at Oprah's speech, right? Forget like comparing it to Martin Luther King, whatever. It's not a comparison. But I looked at her and I said, all the years that she's been doing, all the things that she's been doing all these years, the preparation, blah blah. It brought her to that place for her to make that speech. All the time she's been given work, because people used to be like, I had an aha moment because of Oprah. Or, like, there's loads of things that she would do in her show, and speak about in her show that it would speak to people, and they were like, oh, she should be some kind of motivational speaker or something, because she connects to people. That moment there was all those years. So she had to be prepared for it. She had to be, it could only have come from her to do what she did. Same way with, like, Martin Luther King. There's certain people that is what they're there for. That is their purpose, that's their skill, that's their destiny, and it's not everybody. So when everyone's there piping up like, I'm an activist, I'm a this, I'm a that, like, cool, but it's not really the case, because like you said, if you are now in West End or Trafalgar Square or any big place, and they say if you go there and protest, things are coming your way, and you might not live, how many people are now going to jump up and say, I'm going? How many people? So
100%. 100%.
Exactly what you said. It's one of those things where people need to take time, and I know everyone wants to do this whole jump in the bandwagon and make a change and blah, blah, but really know what you're really doing, because it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same at all, like you
100%.
said.
100%. Yeah, let's wrap up.
All right, you ready to go?
Yes. Let me know what's up.
All right, I'll let you know. I'll keep you informed. Peace out. 8 times down.
Yeah. All right.